You're welcome, everybody, to another Snake Prince Live. I am the host, Prince Elias, and I have to remind y'all that this is not a podcast. This is just a live stream where I chop it up with y'all and say what's on my mind, talk about different topics, or don't talk about none really at all. But today I got a topic I need to talk about because, I try to respect all my friends' platforms. So the things that I want to get off my chest and say on my mind, I say it here instead of their platform because I respect them too much and I love them too much and I never want to ruin their followings. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not holding anything back. I'm actually at a 10 because, social media. First of all, happy MLK Day. Rest in peace, rest in power, rest in prosperity to our King, Martin Luther King Jr. Man, but every year we get those, Caucasian persuasions coming out saying, oh, darkness doesn't drive out darkness. Only love or light can, or whatever shit they misquote out of context, not knowing the real speech that he said before or after that. But anywho's, I'm at a 10. And then I start seeing some coonery on Facebook, Black folks welcoming and praising Trump because of TikTok. Anyways, the disrespect y'all have for Dr. King on this day is getting on my nerves. So I'm going to just, say what's on my mind, chop it up. Y'all can agree, y'all can disagree. But the main topic of this live is, I'm so sick of the lies, the manipulations that I see and hear in the reptile community, especially from these breeders and these reptile podcasters who pretty much bring the stuff we deal in the real world, elitism, classism, a little bit of racism, into the reptile world to manipulate people or make people feel like they're less than or they're not qualified to do anything or be anything or pursue anything, So like I said, I'm not holding anything back. I'm at a 10. And if I offend you, who cares? Who cares? Anyways, Nikki, thank you for tapping in. Irresistibles. DJ, F you. Just want to say F you. Talking about I'm late. That was StreamYard. That was not me. I was clicking the button. Doggone it. Tim, what it do? Tim, thank you for tapping in. Can't stand this food. On that whiskey pasta. Can't stand you. I was on time. StreamYard was like, forget you. You can press go live and I'm not doing nothing. Let's see. James P, what it do? Oh, what up, Eric? What up? What it do? What it do? Yes. But so yeah, main topic, and I might veer off into other topics. If anybody want to chitty chat with me in the comments, I might just throw the StreamYard link into the Wiz Tank chat too, just for the heck of it. Because again, this is not a podcast. This is just a fun live that I do on my YouTube so that, the YouTube algorithm gods doesn't suppress me or block me as much as they already do as it is, because I'm not doing my Snake Cinema podcast on this channel anymore. So I do these random once or twice a month lives. Let's see. But anywho, I just wanted to discuss lies, manipulations, and other things that people tell us in this reptile community, especially the new keepers and new cappery. Forget you, DJ. Breeders. So, it is what it is. So, let's begin. I got my notes. All right. They love using phrases, and this is particularly podcasters or certain podcasters in the reptile hobby. They love using phrases like relevant, elite. They say quotes like there's level to this or stay in your lane. They love repeating that shit. Just basically trying to make a hierarchy, like, you're at the bottom and we're at the top. Bullshit. You put on your pants the same way I do every day. You clean snake shit the same way I do every day. You fuck up and have dud clutches just like the rest of us. So don't sit there and act like you're elite in any form, whether it's podcasting, whether it's vlogging, whether it's breeding, whether it's pet keeping. We are all on the same level. Just because you and your crew create all these 50,000 clutches a year, or y'all buddies with breeders who make 50,000 clutches a year and overflood the market with Pompeys and Batmans, don't mean you're elite. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion, because at the end of the day, these animals don't give a fuck about you being elite. They don't give a damn. Your animals don't give it. At the end of the day, when they get through digesting their food, you're still wiping that poop. And when they get sick and get RIs, what is there something elite that you're doing that we're not? But they love using certain words like relevance. We are relevant breeders. We are relevant keepers. What's so relevant, honey? Because when I go to these reptile shows, when these people are spending money, ain't no child and their parents looking at the sunsets. Ain't no child or parents looking at well, it's not at the show, but if it was, they wouldn't give a crap about no cosmos or any of this other stuff. They looking at the pies, the bananas. They looking at all the stuff that you say are pet quality or cobra food. That's what they looking at. And it has nothing to do with the price tag, but those snakes just look better. They don't care if it's 6 genes in a pie. They just like pie. They don't care if it's 7 or 8 genes and 5 heads in a bale. They just see a white snake with blue eyes. So I'm confused of what is relevant. Because to me, what is relevant is what always sells. And some of y'all are on these auctions on Morph Market trying to make your relevant snake sell. Whereas if, I just put a pot on the table, it's gone. But they love using words like that. Relevant. Relevant to who? If we're talking about the podcast game, what's so relevant? Because I've gone to plenty of shows, or I've been in plenty of group chats, or I talked to plenty of reptile keepers in Facebook groups, and even in everyday real life. Like, go to these shows, I'm like, and I might name drop and say, yeah, I watch or I listen to this podcast, or I talk to this person, and they're like, who is that? I love hearing that. I was talking to a group of people in the reptile community. Well, I won't say they're in the reptile community, but they're reptile keepers. They're reptile keepers. They're ball python keepers, and they want to look into breeding. And at least 3 of them, when I mentioned Justin or Canova, I said Canova. They said, who is that? That was music to my ears, because I was like, wow. And they said, who is that? But y'all think he's God. When there's plenty of ball python keepers who are like, I never heard that name. So what is relevant? I feel like these are all just semantics. They're just words y'all like to use. Just to make you feel good. Eric B is a fool. No, sometimes I try, but I put my pants on. I can't stay. But yes, I agree. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, share this out. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. But yeah, Those are just like manipulation tactics that people use to make other people feel less than, or to big up or stroke their own egos or their delusional mindset. Now, what other lies or manipulation tactics or BS that I see in the hobby? Oh, this gonna hurt a lot of, this gonna trigger some people. Fred, what it do? Thanks for tapping in. This gonna trigger some people. I think this one and the last point I have is gonna trigger some people, but I don't care. This is my platform. I can say what I want. The hills have eyes, snakes. Now we know having snakes in captivity is a good thing. It really is. You know, we take less out the wild, whatever wild is left, because most of these poor animals don't have a home to go back to in the wild because we're building hotels and resorts on top of them and highways. So what wild is there for them to go to? But I digress. But anyways, breeding and high quality animals versus pet quality classics being cobra food, looked at as cobra food, especially if they don't have any hets attached to them. But I just love how, and I'm being sarcastic when I say love. I'm being very sarcastic and bitchy about this, but oh, your animal is high quality because of line breeding. This gene is high quality because of line breeding. So the reptile hobby is very big at, you know, at least with snakes, well, at least with ball pythons, because I know there's certain snakes that you don't line breed or you try not to, for obvious reasons. But don't sit here and tell me that the hills have eyes, snakes. These Game of Thrones, these royal families, the Queen Elizabeths of them all. It's term line breeding just cracks me up. It's all inbred. It's all inbred. You're putting fathers to daughters, sons to mothers, sister cousins. It's all inbred. And y'all say it's high quality. You shit and down on dinkers and dinker projects, not because, oh my gosh, we're taking things out the wild. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't care about conservation and not taking snakes out the wild. Y'all shit on dinker projects because the new blood isn't line bred or inbred. It isn't the Game of Thrones of it all. It isn't the this isn't high OD. And I'm just sick of the lies. Just call it for what it is. I'm not judging. Just call it for what it is. It's inbreeding. We're inbreeding snakes. Not high quality, high OD. It's inbred snake. You know, let's just call it is what it is. Don't judge their Uncle Daddies. I'm not judging. I know it is very, very common in the reptile hobby for certain snakes, especially ball pythons. I get it. I totally get it. I'm just, these new terms people are making up. Line breeding. I don't hear that about dogs or cats. I don't hear that about other. I never heard a zoo who do these breeding programs. Matter of fact, zoos are great with these breeding programs because they actually ship their males off to other zoos so they could add new bloodline into the animals instead of, you know, letting the father breed his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I know mammals and reptiles are two different things, but I still feel like y'all just come up with random terms and stuff just to make it sound good. Just to manipulate people. Like, just call it inbred. It's inbred snake. I bred the father back to his daughter and got this cool gene or this cool mutation. Just call it for what it is. Words mean things. I'm a teacher. Words mean things. Just call it for what it is. Don't try to manipulate people. And it is what it is. If you want a Queen Elizabeth snake, that's fine. That is totally fine. Bosa, brother, thank you for tapping into this live. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I hurt some people's feelings, but I don't care. I'm on one. I'm on a 10 today. After seeing all the disrespect y'all did for Dr. King, I'm on the 10 today. So I'm just taking all my anger out on y'all. mm. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. This is what I hear all the time, and it be some hypocritical bullshit. We need to save the hobby. We need to be a community and stand together. But there's always an asterisk somewhere in that statement. I keep hearing, well, when I was watching a podcast, I stopped, I unsubscribed to that channel. I'm over it now. But when I used to be watching a certain podcast, I used to always hear that quote. We need to stand together. We need to be together. Oh, don't let it be some legal legislation going on with U.S. ARC. Oh, they really want y'all to band together and be a family. They really want to be like, oh, we must stand together as a community. No more infighting. We gotta be a team. One band, one sound. Bullshit. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't be shitting your pants every time a new podcast come out or a network come out. You wouldn't be slick attacking people on the low or on the high. In reality, you don't give a damn about the hobby being together. You don't give a damn about the hobby being a group, being a unit, being one family, one community. As long as those people are within your clique, that's when you care. You only support people if they are under your umbrella. You don't go outside your comfort zone. You don't repost or support people that you claim are your friends unless they're under your umbrella. That's why I like the Whiskey Bomb Network. Not being biased, but we share everybody's. Even in the beginning, I was sharing people who were shitting on them. I stopped because it didn't feel right. Like, why am I sharing your podcast and you constantly throwing shots at my friends? Like, fuck you. But people like Bosa and Nikki, they share everybody. They are not biased. They are the true definition of what a community is supposed to be like. Of supporting one another, loving one another. They ain't about these cliques and stuff. Yes, they got a core group of friends. Yeah, everybody got a core group of friends, but they not gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna support this person, not the other. Like they're gonna support everybody. They're gonna love on everybody. They are the true definitions of what a community should look like. They love you without conditions. Bosa will love you without conditions. Nikki will love you without conditions. It's just, but everybody else just like to pretend. And I'm just over it. I'm very much over it. Let's see, line breeding has been a thing in dogs for hundreds of years. And that's why we have these fucked up looking dogs, these pugs, these weird Shih Tzus and stuff with their face all scrunched up. And I used to work at a doggy daycare. And when we gave bath times, there are certain dogs that you had to manually blow dry because their faces are so fucked up and they have breathing problems. And you got to do this way and this way because that is a bad thing. That's the point I'm making. Like just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I wonder, because nobody is doing a study. Nobody is doing a study on these snakes and these ball pythons. I want a scientist to do some research and see if line breeding, not no breeders. I don't want no breeders. I want scientists. I want scientists to do studies on these different ball python genetics and see if line breeding has anything to do with why these babies are coming out with sharp mouths or bug eyes or little eyes. Y'all say, oh, it's just this complex. It's this complex. It's this complex. But I would bet $10, $20, $30 that line breeding also plays a factor in a lot of these different things that go on in certain genetics mutations. I really do feel like certain mutations, y'all don't want to say it, y'all don't want to admit it, but certain mutations is beyond just, oh, that's just because that's the spider complex, or that's just because that's the yellow belly complex, or that's just because. No, I feel like it's something deeper than that. We just don't want to go there. We don't want to have that conversation. And I feel like line breeding is a factor. It may not be 100% the factor, but I feel like it is a factor that plays into it, because I have yet for us to see a shark mouth ball python in the wild, or a bug-eyed in the wild. I'm not saying it never happens, but I just, or what's the issue? What's that issue with fertility issues in caramel ball pythons? Kinked ball pythons? Like I said, I want an actual scientist to actually study these things. I get so many different sample sizes of different ball pythons. And it might take years, it might take thousands of dollars. But I really feel like in my heart of hearts, line breeding also plays a factor into why certain genes react the way they do and why certain snakes come out the way they come out. And yes, you're right, James. It has been done in dogs, and that's why these dogs are so fucked up. Look at the pugs, look at the bulldogs. They their faces looking like this, can't breathe. A dog ain't supposed to be like this. A dog ain't never supposed to be like that, if we're being real. Bosa only loves me about a Jack Daniels. That is true. Bosa loves everybody when it comes to Jack Daniels. Oh, AA run number 2. What it do? Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tapping in. Who the fuck is Greg? Sneaky. Thanks for tapping in. Let's see. So yeah, those are just a few of my thoughts. You know, people, when U.S. ARC is under attack, or when Florida in particular is under attack, oh my gosh, they're about to ban these animals. We gotta stand together, stop the infighting. One band, one sound. We are a family. And in reality, all y'all hate each other. So like, I'm done. I'm done with the lies and the BS. I still support U.S. ARC. I'm never going to not support U.S. ARC. I'm always have my memberships and have my donations, but I'm not finna sit here and BS and lie and act like we one band, one sound. No, we not. We not one crew. And if, I'm sorry, y'all, not everybody, but a lot of Florida keepers and breeders, especially in the venomous world, they are on the side of the government. They are on the side of the people who attack U.S. ARC. They hate U.S. ARC. So why am I fighting for the people of Florida if the people of Florida don't give a damn? Like, help me understand. Help me. Because why am I helping you if you don't want to help yourself? Not everybody. There are some great Florida keepers and breeders who actually support U.S. ARC. But there's a lot of opposition on y'all team, in y'all state, that keep reptiles. There's a lot of them that are anti-U.S. ARC and very vocal about it. So why am I stressing out about that state if that state can't even get it together and stop the infighting and breed? I mean, in fighting in wars. Now, why am I stressed? I'm just worried about Tennessee. As long as Tennessee don't get touched, that's all I'm worried about. Thank you, Bosa. Thank you. All the health issues in dogs is a cause from line breeding. Hip dysplasia, breathing issue. Thank you. And I just want the scientists to do the same research with these ball pythons. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, line breeding there's a reason why these babies come out with these king tails and half a jaw. I can't stand it, boss. I'm not in Florida. I'm North Cuba. You are a fool. You are a fool. Let's see. I love a scientist to learn effects of what common things. Yeah, I would love that too. I would really love that. That's the issue. We don't have a lot of scientists on our team or on our side. They fight against us too. Look at that. What's that podcaster's name? I don't know his name, but that Animals at Home. I don't trust him. He's an ops. I don't trust him. Could be my suspicion, but I don't trust him. I feel like he wasn't in ones. He do a lot of sharing the fear mongering and stuff, and I ain't about that life. But that's just me. And then also that UK guy who was anti-ball python racks, talking about their brains get smaller, they get dumber over time. Yeah, unfortunately, nobody gives a crap about slimy reptiles. Yep, unfortunately. So we just got to deal with what we got to deal with. Chalk it to the game, unfortunately. Let's see, what else that's been on my mind with these lies and propaganda and marketing manipulation. Let me see. I love, and when I say I love, I'm being sarcastic. I love this quote that I hear all the time, that breeders love to use to manipulate others. If you're not in the project, or if you don't own, say, a snake, you shouldn't speak on it or have an opinion. If you don't own a sunset, you shouldn't have an opinion on it. If you don't own Cosmos, or if you can't afford a Cosmos, you should not have an opinion on it. If you don't own a green tree, you shouldn't have an opinion, or you shouldn't talk about it unless you own it, bred it, and then bred its children back to it. Then you have an opinion. Man, shut the fuck up. I have the right to have an opinion about everything. I don't own a Shih Tzu, but I know them dogs look fucking crazy. I don't own a bulldog, but the fact that he can't walk 10 steps without running out of breath is not okay with me, and I should have an opinion about that. I don't own cows. I live next door to them, but I don't own cows. But I sure as hell have an opinion about how they're treated. Even if we eat them, yeah. We eat burgers, we human. We eat steaks. Well, I can't. I'm allergic to that shit. That sent me to an early grave. But before my allergy, yeah, we yes, we eat meat, we eat chicken, we eat cows, we eat pork, but they still should have some sort of humane living conditions, not being shoved in a factory, waiting to be in a chopping block. They should eat actual food, actual grass, actual vegetables, They should have some level of respect as food that's going in our bodies. I don't own a cow, but I think I should have a pretty good opinion on that shit. If you don't own a sunset, you shouldn't have an opinion on it. Well, or if you can't, no, what killed me was if you can't afford a Cosmos, you shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't talk about a snake that looks like a pinstripe, an inbred pinstripe, a Dalmatian ball python. All these ball pythons with spots and grainy, they just look like Dalmatians to me. A Dalmatian ball python. This whole elite classist mentality. If you can't afford something, you can't talk about it. I can't afford a Tesla, but I know that car is shit. The fact that Elon claimed that it's bulletproof, and then the first Tesla I saw in Memphis had bullet holes in it. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Again, using classist and elitist tactics to make people feel like they shouldn't have an opinion on anything. We're inbreeding snakes from Africa. Everybody should have an opinion on anything. Like, shut the fuck up. Billy, you a fool. Humans are getting dumber every day. Look around you. I mean, yeah, like praising a racist on MLK Day is pretty stupid. It's kind of funny, but and ironic. I'm not telling nobody how to care about it now. That's something different, Dylan. Like that's something totally different. I get what you're saying. Dylan said, sorry, don't tell me how to care about a berm if you never work with the species. And can't tell me how to raise an animal you never kept. Now that's different, Dylan. Like I would never come around and tell green tree python people how to care for their animals, like husbandry and food and stuff. You will never hear that come out of me. I totally get that. I'm just saying some people don't want you to have an opinion, period. Like if I said, oh, I like yellow neos better than red neos as an aesthetic, like when I see those babies and then someone come out, oh, you're just saying that because you can't afford a red neo. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the care. Like if I came out and said, I love pied berms better than piebald pythons, to me, that's an okay opinion and a half. I will look at you stupid if you say, well, you can't say that if you've never had a berm. I'm just going with my eyes, sir. I'm just going with my eyes. You put a baby berm, a baby pied berm next to a baby piebald python. I'm going to pick the berm because aesthetically it just looked better. Even if I never owned said berm. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to when I was saying that quote. People were telling me that I shouldn't have an opinion on a snake because I couldn't afford it, when my opinion was based off the looks, not the care of the animal. I get what you're saying. And yes, that is totally true. Like I would never go to you, Dylan, and try to argue you about Burmese because I just got one and I'm still learning. But I'm saying as far as aesthetics go, I go to a reptile show or I see someone post a snake on Instagram and someone shared in a group and I'm like, oh, that looks just like this. And then they get mad and say, oh, you're just saying that because you can't afford it or you're not in the project. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Dylan. And that is true. Like I would never go to another breeder of a species I've never worked with and try to tell them, oh, you shouldn't house that snake like that. You shouldn't like, no. That ain't what we talking about. I'm not gonna take advice on breeding snakes from a dairy farm. Yeah. That's totally different. That's totally different topic. Yep. He said that's not an opinion. That's bad. Bosa came into the blood pythons are better. Yes. Well, bloods. Those little firecrackers are so beautiful. But according to some of these breeders, I can't say nothing because I can't say nothing about blood pythons because I can't afford the pie. Eric said, wait a minute, I work at a dairy farm. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, that's just my biggest thing. It's something about, and it's mainly in the ball python community. It's something about them. They just really want to stroke their own ego. Like, at the end of the day, these are inbred snakes from Africa. And y'all are really trying to make it seem like it's Gucci, it's Prada, it's whatever name brand you could think of that are like the upper echelons. Y'all like, oh, I have this snake. I can afford this snake. I can buy this snake at any moment. And you can't, so you can't say nothing. You're not one of the elites, so you can't say anything about, you can't have an opinion about how this snake look or how it reacts to other combos. Man, shut the fuck up. These are inbred snakes from Africa that may go 6 to 12 months without eating because you done pissed it off. Which we about to get into eating in just a second. Oh, I got a lot to talk about on that one. I don't care if y'all hop in this live. The link to this live is in the West Tank chat. But, you know, there's nothing I can do to change my mind on my last point of lies and manipulation tactics in the community. I know it's in every community, but I just feel like nobody wants to talk about it. And I just feel like talking about it because I'm tired of hearing about this stupid shit. A lot of y'all say, I got into the reptile community to get away from the real world, but then you bring the real world into the reptile community. It's like, y'all don't practice what y'all preach. I want to get away from the real world. I want to get away from all the BS. So I just want to see some snakes. I just want to play with some snakes. I just want to talk to my people about snakes. And then y'all bring the real world like elitism and classism and all this other bullshit into it. Kind of got you. Oh God, no, Eric, no. Y'all nasty. Y'all just nasty. That poor cow. Let's see. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Sorry, I lost my headphones. This is my favorite lie that I've been hearing a lot since November, even before November. People have been saying this on a lot of certain podcasts. A lot. The economy is going to get better soon. It's going to get better. The economy is going to come back. Gas is going to get low. Eggs is going to be affordable again. And people are going to buy ball pythons. The economy is coming back. Just you wait. Let's just say y'all delusional asses are right. And the economy does come back. Numbers mean things. Again, I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. Numbers mean things. And just like the economy has gone up and down, up and down, up and down, but the cost of living has gone up. And no, the cost of living has, the cost of living has gone up, but our wages have not reflected those. So what I am saying, as far as reptiles go, the economy could come back. We could all be making, we'll never make COVID money like that again unless another COVID happens, but we could all, can afford gas, can afford eggs and bread. But as long as y'all keep overproducing these snakes, we are never going to have enough customers for said snakes. If y'all continue to overproduce and overmake these snakes, making 50, 60 clutches a year per breeder, let me take Canova out the thing, because y'all love throwing him under the bus when it comes to overproduction, which, he does, but let's take Canova out of this. Let's take Miguel out of this. Let's take XY, any type of big breeder you can think of. Let's take them out of it and just talk about us everyday little people, us hobbyists. Since they want to throw levels and say there's level to this, there's a lane to this, there's hierarchy, there's lower class. Let's just stick to the middle and lower class breeders. If everybody keeps making 30, 40, 60, clutches a year, a season, keep over to producing all these babies. I don't care how good the economy is outside of the reptile hobby. The reptile hobby is not going to change as far as pricing goes because you're never going to have enough customers for said babies. I'm making 100 ball pythons. You ain't got 100 customers in line to get said ball pythons. The economy can't save you. And this has nothing to do with Republican or Democrat or Green Party or whatever. This has nothing to do with them. No government can save your ball python business if you're overproducing said product. There's a reason why certain businesses, let's take a little step out of snakes, ball pythons. Let's go to, no, I can't use dogs. That's a bad example because our shelters are filled with them motherfuckers. It's kind of hard to use animals as an example for another animal thing. Okay, there's a reason why certain products there's a reason why certain products in stores, if you go to Walmart, you go to Target, whatever, are never sold out. It's because what we call that supply and demand. There are some products in said stores that are always sold out. It's called supply and demand. Some stuff, when I was working in Target, there were certain products we knew not to order more than 10. We automatically knew because it's just going to sit on the shelf and rot or get old or collect dust. We know because there's not enough customers that will get said product. We just automatically knew, hey, just order 5 of these. And by next month, we can order 5 more because we're not going to sell out of this. And then there were certain ones that we knew, oh, we got to order about 20 of these at a time, about 10 of these at a time, about 15, because they're going to sell out a lot. Unfortunately, y'all, as much as y'all really, really want to depend on the government to save y'all, like with COVID, and I'm so sick of people using COVID as an example of everything because COVID, people died. Some people don't have their parents no more or their children no more because of COVID. But all y'all care about is the economy, money. But my mama dead. Anywho's, y'all think the economy is going to save the ball python hobby. Not if y'all are not doing the supply and demand. Not if y'all just constantly overproducing. 50 clutches, 60 clutches. I got a female ball python that could lay 10 eggs. I'm about to breed her like crazy. Okay. And them babies gonna be sitting on a shelf. No matter whether they're high end or low end or in the middle, they're gonna be sitting on the shelf because we don't have enough people buying ball pythons. Any type of pet is a luxury item. It's a lifetime commitment and it's a luxury item. We will never be a need for anything. So we got to stop looking at economics as if ball pythons are toilet paper. Like it's never going to happen, y'all. So y'all need to stop saying this lie that, oh, once the economy get better, we'll get better. Nah, if you constantly keep overproducing, you're going to still be stressed out. You stressed out right now, you're going to still be stressed out in 4 years. Like, I'm sorry, buddy, nothing's going to change unless you change your structure, how you're breeding, and your quantity numbers. If you stressed out over your clutches now, gas prices might go down. egg prices might go down. You still gonna be stressed because you got 100 babies in your racks that you can't move, because snakes are a luxury. Any type of pet is a luxury, not a need. Bosa said 3 clutches is my man. It's right. What up, Smay? Thanks for tapping in. Thank you. That's the point I'm getting. Thank you. All right. This is my last little rants or lies that I'm constantly hearing. And I don't care who gets mad at me. I don't care who gets offended. If you haven't tell, I don't give a fuck. I'm on the side of disrespect on this one, and I stand by it. And shout out to everybody who inspired me for bringing this topic up Saturday on Sophisticated Ignorance. For this one, I had to add this to the list that night. And Saturday wasn't the first time me hearing that statement. I heard it in a couple of different group chats for months, and I'm just sick of it. The biggest lie I'm sick and tired of hearing is there is no way you can power or overfeed a ball python. I'm just going to let y'all sit on that. The lie is there is no way you can power or overfeed a ball python. First of all, I don't believe in absolutes. I don't like absolutes. I don't like people who are so black and white with everything, especially living creatures, saying there's absolutely no way, it's impossible. When you use words like that, that really pisses me off, especially when you talk about living animals. Especially if you don't have a snake in your collection that you feed excessively, that is over 10, 15, 20 years. I have 3 snakes in my collection that are not breeders. Well, Coils, she bred. She gave me my first clutch, but she bred at the age of 13 years old. She was never power fed. She's been on weekly / bi-weekly her whole life. Because weekly as a baby, bi-weekly as an adult. She's 14 years old. Jasmine, my classic, super classic. I had to go back and do the math for how old she was when I bought her. She's about to be 17 years old. Jimmy, my big boa constrictor, he is 16 years old. They are not breeders. How many breeders can show me a snake that they bred, I'm not going to say power fed, but they fed up to the point where it was almost breeder size in less than a year or 2? I want to see how long that snake lives. But we can't, there's no way we can study it. That's what someone told me in a private group chat. There's no way we could study or know the answer to that, because these breeders, they move their animals all the time. They might breed a snake a couple of years and then sell it. Well, so there's no way we can know how long, the feeding affects their health. Well, that's not a good thing. That's the point I'm making. All you people who feed your ball pythons 3-4 times a week, multiple times, I just want you I wish you could pick your favorite girl that you do that feeding for. Don't sell her. Hold on to her. and see if she make it to that's the whole point of this live, DJ. If you didn't tell by the thumbnail and the title, this whole episode is going to be a rant. That's how I just want these big breeders, not even big breeders, even small breeders, who advocate feeding their ball pythons multiple meals a week. Just find your favorite girl. Keep her. Don't sell her. Don't offload her. And see if she can make it to 16 years of life, 15 years of life, 20 years of life. Because ain't no breeder has ever convinced me that these snakes can eat all of that. Since y'all said there's no way, it's impossible to power feed a ball python. Okay, I just want to see a 20-year-old power fed ball python. You know, the ball pythons with the pin heads, they head smaller than their body. At 1 year old, at 2 years old, I just want to see them at 20 years old. Please, someone, do this experiment with me. Do this with me. Feed your snake the way you feed them. I'm going to feed my snake the way I feed mine. And let's see how old they make it. Let's see. And another reason why this lie pisses me off, because I don't like people speaking in absolutes. How is it power feeding in boas? How is it power feeding in retics, but not power feeding? How is it considered power feeding in blood pythons? Oh yeah, that's power feeding. Oh yeah. What Jay Brewer is doing to his retics, that's power feeding. That's wrong. But you don't see the same with ball pythons. Why are ball pythons different? Well, how is their anatomy so different? I have a mentor. Shout out to Nikki. I love her because she's a pet owner first, breeder second. Her and her husband, they were getting into breeding boas. That was part of their plan, diversify their collection. They were going to breed boas along with the ball pythons. Well, one of their prize breeder boas died. And a lot of y'all go into y'all snake racks, see a snake bellied up, dead, and y'all just chalk it up to the game. Oh, it is what it is. Time to bury her. R.I.P. Well, Nikki decided that she was a pet keeper first. She was like, nah, fuck that. I need to know what happened. I need to know why my baby is gone. So she took it to the vet, got the necropsy done. Come to find out, the boa had leukemia. How many of y'all knew snakes could get leukemia? Come on, people in the chat. How many of y'all knew that snakes could get leukemia? I bet most of y'all didn't. This y'all first time hearing about it. Well, yep, the snake was diagnosed with leukemia, and it was dormant in that boa for a long time. But guess what? She would have never known it. She would have never known it had she not got a necropsy. I want some of y'all breeders, when y'all ball python females just drop dead after 1 year or 2 years of breeding for you, after you done stuffed her body, I want to see if the vet could do a necropsy and see what caused the death. Could we just chalk it up to the game and say it is what it is? Or would the vet come back and say maybe it's in a large heart? Or something fucked up in the intestines, or fatty liver tissue. Y'all don't want those conversations. Y'all don't want the vet to come out with anything like that. Y'all just see y'all ball python girl belly up and like, oh, chop to the game. She died. She was just 3 years old. Just 4 years old. Chop it up to the game. That's the part of breeding. That's just part of the game. But could that been prevented? Could she have lived longer than 3? Could she have lived longer than 4? if y'all wasn't stuffing her ass with rats or ASFs or whatever your choice of rodent. I'm just saying. Don't speak in absolute. I don't care if you've been breeding for 50 years. Don't speak in absolute and say there is no way you can power. There's no way that you can power or overfeed a snake. I don't care the species. Don't sit there and judge Jay Brewer when your ball pythons can barely hold it with one hand. Don't sit there and speak in absolutes when your ball python looks more like a blood python. Don't speak in absolutes and say there is no way this could ever happen. Y'all motherfuckers didn't know that boas can get leukemia. That's what frustrates me. Don't speak in absolutes. You can say this is my opinion. You can say I don't think that you can overfeed a power. I feel like you can overfeed anything. Look at my fat ass. You can overfeed anything. Y'all see them babies? Them infant babies, not even 1 year old, looking like sumo wrestlers. You can overfeed anything. Don't sit there and act like ball pythons is just this mystical, magical animal that just cannot having a large heart or fatty liver tissue. Don't sit there and piss on me and tell me it's raining. And guess what? Just as passionate as I am about overfeeding, I'm the same with maintenance feed. To those breeders who maintenance feed their snakes because they can't afford to feed them regularly, because what? They're not moving, because you're overproducing. It keeps going back. It keeps cycling back to overproduction. You keep making more snakes than you have customers. Like, don't fucking piss on me and tell me it's raining. I might be new to breeding, but I'm not new to wildlife. I'm not new to animals. I'm not new to life, creatures. I've been studying this shit since I was a baby. I've been studying wildlife for there's no way. Show me a wild retic and show me a retic in captivity and you tell me which one looks better. Show me these anacondas in the wild and show me an anaconda that's in your collection and you tell me what looks better. Or tell me, had this anaconda not got hunted by humans, which one lasts longer? Well, there's no way it has predators. Okay, let's take the wild out the equation. Show me an animal at a zoo, accredited zoo, that isn't power fed for breeding, that isn't force fed for breeding, to be of breeder age. Show me that animal. And then show me yours in your collection. And tell me which one's going to live longer. I'll wait. Not a private zoo. Not some YouTuber who just got a whole collection of Burmese or retics. No, an actual accredited zoo. They have these animals on display for educational purposes, not for breeding. And tell me whether yours or theirs is going to outlive each other. Stop speaking in absolutes. Stop using your opinions and acting like it's 100% fact, because it's not. You are not a scientist. And just because we love reptiles, ain't none of us fucking herpetologists. We ain't been to school for this shit. We ain't been in the wild studying this on the ground, in the dirt, in the burrows. Y'all watch a Dave Kaufman documentary and now everybody's a motherfucking expert. How many of y'all spend 6 months, a year in the wilds of Africa to know any of this shit, but y'all speaking in absolutes? There's no way you can overfeed a ball python. A ball python, if it gets full, it's going to stop eating. Bullshit. Bullshit. All these animals could eat themselves to death if given the chance. They might not die right then and there. They might not die in that moment. But why is your ball python at the age of 5 going belly up in a rack, dead? Only gave you 2 or 3 clutches and now it's dead. Same with the whole line breed, inbred. How do we not know that stuff isn't the reason why we have sharp mouth and kinks? How do we not know? Y'all speaking in absolutes. Oh, this only happens with this certain project, this certain specific genetic morph. This only happens. Okay. Keep beating on me and tell me it's raining. Only these genes have this. Then how come I'm seeing more and more kink snakes coming from genetics that aren't known to have kinks, aren't known to have deadly or imperfect supers? Some of y'all only got the single genes and still coming out with these kink snakes. Some of y'all only got single. I got an orange dream, a simple single gene orange dream. Take that back. Orange dream, yellow belly. Pause. Orange dream, yellow belly. Shark fucking mouth. You can't tell me that. And then if I ask, well, do you think it's an incubation issue? No, it's not incubation. It's not. Incubation is perfect. No, the temperatures are perfect. It's not no incubation issue. Then what is it? It's either incubation, line breeding, or you're fucking overfeeding your snake, making it obese, and fucking up the mother's insides. So now the babies are coming up fucked up. Which one is it? Is it all three or one or the other? One above. A, B, C, D. Please explain, breeders. Explain to us newbies who don't know anything. To us who y'all say should never have a podcast, who should never speak, who should never talk. Please explain to me. Is it the overfeeding moms or the moms that you're breeding at 2 years old? Because you say, oh, snakes don't have, they don't care how old you are. If they breed, they breed. Okay. That might be true. That might be, they don't care about the weights, 1,000 grams. They breed, they breed. That might be true. So tell me, which one is it? Is it because it's inbred that we got shark mouth? Is it because the mom is 2 years old and 8,000 grams? Which one is it? Is it incubation? Because y'all swear it's not incubation. I got a Mike Wilbanks incubator. It can't be that. That can't be the reason why this baby is kinked. It can't be the reason why this baby got shark mouth. So which one is it? If we eliminate the incubation, then it has to be either line breeding or overfed females with fertility issues. But stop speaking in absolutes like you know 100% fact for certain. I'm just tired. I don't know, Greg, because all these breeders keep telling me it's not incubation. Everybody keeps telling me it can't be incubation. I got a sea serpent. It can't be incubation. I got a Mike Wilbanks incubator. I built the incubator myself. I know the temperatures are right. I got a Govey thing inside. I know it's right. It can't be incubation. But what is it? Tell me. Stop lying to me. That's all. That's all I just want to know. Gio, a lot. I'm just sharing lies that I constantly hear, manipulation tactics and bullshit in a reptile community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a lot. I'm sorry, I've been going off. Shout out to the 7 people who've been consistent with me this whole time. And again, if anybody wants to not argue, but if anybody wants to come on the live, the link is in the Wiz Tank chat, for the StreamYard, I just need somebody to explain to me this. Because everybody's speaking in absolutes like they know for a fact. Like they the herpetologist of the year. Like they went to Juilliard. Please tell me. Which is the reason? That part. Ooh, let me talk about that because I have another mentor. I always shout out Nikki Mutation Station. I love her. I'll always shout her out. But I have another mentor, Kathy, from Circle of Life. She's a very they don't sell anything right now, but they still have all their animals in their collection. And they were my very first mentors when I first started getting into reptiles. They're local to me. Wonderful, amazing, amazing people. When they were actively breeding, they didn't build or buy a damn incubator. They did all maternal incubation. Every clutch I have a lesser in my collection, Elsa. I bought from them. They've had nothing but maternal incubations. Ask me how many times they've had kinked or messed up imperfect babies. Ask me how many times they've had. Now they've had some duds. They had some, eggs that were slugs. They've had that. They've had some die in the egg. That's normal. That's natural. But ask me how many kink snakes they got out in their collection from maternal incubation. And then of course, and one thing I love about them and why I preach this, they did not power feed their snakes. They fed their snakes weekly, and if the snake didn't want to eat weekly, it ate bi-weekly. They weren't stuffing their bodies 3 times a week and stuff like that. Ask me how many issues did they have from just strictly maternal incubating. And they've been breeding for years. They stopped now because, they're older now. They're an older couple. And, they leave it to the young bucks. But like I said, they still got their snakes in their collection. Their breeder females still in their house. But I'll tell you one thing. They've had more success than they've had fails, strictly off letting the moms do what they do. They never had an incubator, never built one, never bought one. And they were at the local Repticons selling those babies like hotcakes. Lessers, pies, all this. So y'all think, and they did everything without social media. Everything without social media. And they've been breeding since, well, I think they stopped breeding maybe 2021, 2022, but they were breeding way before I got into a hobby in 2015. And they took me under their wing. Matter of fact, I told her that I want to try maternal incubation. She's going to help me every step of the way. Because I just want to experience. I want the mom to do what the mom do. Let the snake be the snake. If she kick an egg out, hey, we might throw that in the incubator just in case. But I feel like these animals know. They know when an egg is a dud. They're like, this ain't going to last. This ain't going to survive. But I want to try it. I want to try maternal incubation. And she's going to help me every step of the way. But she ain't have no sea serpent. She ain't have no Mike Wheelbanks. Her husband didn't buy a wine cooler and built one. No, they let them snakes do what the snakes do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Greg. I agree. Let's see. Geo said kinks and duckbills to me are a result of natural selection that are preventing, but I'm new. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, Geo, maybe I don't know what I'm saying either. Maybe I'm just as dumb as you are. But y'all not finna speak to me in absolutes and say that this is absolutely the reason or this is absolutely not the reason. Like I said, I really feel like line breeding plays a part. It may not be the 100% reason, but I really feel like line breeding plays a part. These Hills Have Eyes, Game of Thrones, Queen Elizabeth snakes relations that y'all forcing really do play a part. Maybe 20%, 30%, who knows? But none of y'all want to ever have these hard conversations or at least experiment to find out. Like, has anybody seen a duckbill normal? I'm not being funny. I really want to know because I've never seen one. Or a kinked normal, not someone with hits, not someone who was a result of a cine to cine. I mean, a real classic, super classic, as Bosa said. Has anybody seen one of those? Shark mouth normal? Please show me. If it exists, please show me. If it really happened, please show me. I just want to know. Jordan, what it do? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Jared, what up? Thanks for tapping in. Buzzer said Eric Chubb Reptiles does maternal incubation with high success rates, including chondro. See? Let the mama do what the mama do. Let the snake. I feel like I know it's marketing and I know it's rushing. Let's hurry up and get these mothers off these eggs so we can pump her with food and breed her again. I know why people incubate, but it ain't really because you really care about the snake, the mama snake. Oh, let me hurry up and get her off these eggs so she can eat again. It ain't because you care. It's because you ready to breed her again. You need to pump her back up to that 1,000 grams or 1,500 or whatever. You got to hurry up and get her body right. Get that baby body right. But like, none of y'all trust the mother to let her children be free? Y'all don't trust her to warm them babies up? Y'all don't trust her to know her own body temperature and the temperature of the eggs? I'm just saying, let the mama be the mama. But that's just the pet keeper side of me speaking. I don't think I would ever, I love breeding. I love the process of breeding. Ever since my first clutch, I found this thing very interesting. I'm doing a pairing and I thought she reabsorbed, but now she back swole again. So maybe I just saw her at a weird ovulation stage. So maybe, maybe she'll go for me, but I'm really enjoying the process of breeding. But I pray to God every day, Lord, don't let me become like the rest of these breeders. I never want to adopt the same mentalities of people where I put money and value over the animal, where I'm stuffing them with food. And like, trust me, I have an LC pied. I have my dream snake. I have a blackhead. I have a bunch of blackhead females that I love, blackhead calico. I say I can't wait till they grow up and be able to breed, but I'm not rushing. If they're not at the breeder size or ready to breed at a certain, I don't care. I don't care if I don't breed them to 2027 or 2028. I am in no rush. I'm not going to rush them because, to be honest, I'd rather have that LC pie still with me at age 16 than dead at age 5 because I stuffed her and tried to get her to breeder size in 2 years or less. I'd rather pull her out of the tub or pull her out of her enclosure. Shout out to Jordan. Speaking of Jordan, he is now making ball python enclosures, and I'm buying 2 this year. And so some of my best prize pets, ball pythons, are going to be in those enclosures, and Lord knows I might end up with a whole wall full of them. I want to be able to pull out of Jordan's ball python enclosure my LC Pied Rio Vidal at the age of 20. I'm going to be an old ass man, probably in a wheelchair, barely walking, pull her out, give her to my nephew and say, hey, this snake is 20 years old. This snake is 15 years old. This snake is 16 years old. I would love, that is my goal. My goal is not to get her to breed me supers at the age of 2 or 3. Fuck that. My goal is, can these animals in my collection live long and thrive? Not trying to make their replacements. Because even when I hit that super blackhead, super LC, that's my goal, that's my dream. So even when I hit it, guess what? It's mom, grandma, whoever Rio gonna be by the time I hit that snake, it's gonna still be in this house. She just gonna be upgraded from a wreck to a Jordan Heartland Reptiles enclosure. And then her child, her grandkids can replace her in breeding, but they would never replace her in my house. And so my goal is to make sure she lives as long as she possibly can. Not if she can get to 1,000 grams in 2 years. That's what makes me stand out more than some of you elitist, relevant breeders who think they everything. Yeah. Y'all can have relevancy. Y'all can have elitism. Y'all can be top of the top. But how many of my snakes gonna live long versus how many of yours? Oh, my bad. You won't know because you're gonna be sold it to the next breeder. By the time it reaches age 5 or 6, if it even lives that long, you might just go into Jordan is dead. Because of the power feeding, We're going back to that. I think I got that off my chest. I think I got everything off my chest. I've been at a 10 all day. Facebook pissed me off. A lot of people that pissed me off. It had nothing to do with reptiles, and I'm just taking it out on y'all. Well, I'm not really taking it out on y'all unless you feel guilty, unless the shoe fits. If the shoe fits, wear that bitch. Wear them high heels. But if it don't apply, let it fly. If you're not the type of people I'm talking about, don't even get mad. Just be like, that's Elias being Elias. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Greg. At least you're being honest. You have it, and you said it's an incubation issue. Thank you. I love honest people who just honest. Like, hey, yeah, I got one. I got a kink normal. I got a shark mouth normal. And it was incubation issue. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. I love an honest man. We know everything from breeding snakes for 30 years versus them evolving for a millennia. That's the point I'm making, Gio. You see, we on the same page. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Let's see. Took today off from work to have a snake day. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you tapping in, brother. Yeah, this just, let's see. Whoa, let's go. Mr. Chug from Chug Reptiles will be on Off the Plank discussing maternal incubation and other things soon. Let's go. Y'all better watch that. Shout out to the OTP fam. They be having some great episodes. I gotta catch up on some. I've been busy, y'all. Classes start back. My last semester of grad school started back last week, and I'm already tired. Night classes is for the birds. It really is. When I get off work, I'll be ready to go home, not to go to a class. Right? Ooh. If Jordan makes those ball python enclosures in black, my moves got hard. My living room is about to look, even though I'm building a snake shed, my living room, because certain snakes gonna stay in the house with me. My living room about to look fire. Even the gray, because the retic, he do have it in white, black, and gray, I think. The gray is even nice. I can't keep none white clean. I'm sorry. I gotta have some darkness. ENT, what it do? Hope y'all home safe off the road. And I'm sorry for the Memphis drivers. Y'all know we horrible. We can't even drive in pure sunlight, let alone rain and snow. I apologize to y'all brothers for our drivers. I'm glad y'all are safe and y'all made it home okay. Okay, y'all still on the road. Easy, go watch the replay during this shift. Okay. Well, y'all be safe out there. Yes, he can make it in black. Oh yeah. Well, Jordan, we already talked about my two that I'm getting at the St. Louis show. Just go on, make it in black. I'm sitting at 30 plus years with my retic. See, that's what I want. That's what I want. That's why my snake's birthdays mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to me. I don't remember all of them, but most of them, they mean a lot to me because it's like, dang, we've been together for 10 years. Me and Jafar about to be together for 10 years. I haven't had Jasmine her whole life, but the fact that she is 16 years old, about to be 17, makes me happy. Same with Coyle, same with Jimmy. Let's see, I'm all business today, working genetic canvas. Oh, yeah. Please tap in, y'all, on genetic canvas on tomorrow. Tap into Off the Plank. Tap into even me and my crazy crew, the Wild Bunch. Tap in with us on Beyond the Scales. Beyond the Scales podcast. Tap in with all of us. If you can't tap in with all of us live like Bosa, because Bosa's a champion and there ain't nobody beating Bosa at that. He gonna watch all 4 podcasts at the same time and be in the chest. Hit those replays. Yes. Hell yeah. Jordan said he could do it. Jordan, I know that I can handle Juju and Shed because I've done it, especially when I have to clean his enclosure, give him fresh water, but I can't wait till he get out of Shed. Him being in Shed just pisses me off. Cause he twitches and it freaks me out. He don't do nothing. He doesn't hiss. He just twitches, and I'm like, "Oh, am I hurting you, baby? I'm sorry. I just need to clean this pee." Oh, it's just the way they body bump. It's just funny to me. It just freaks me out sometimes. Even though I know he's not gonna do anything. He's the biggest sweetheart, but it's like, man, I can't wait till you get out of Shed so you can see me and stop twitching. Exactly. That's my mentality. And that's what I pray every day. Lord, don't make me choose quantity over quality, the quality of life of the animals. Everybody's talking about numbers. Everybody looking at these animals as, yes, they are investments. Yes, they do cost a lot of money, especially depending on the more genes you get. Yes, they are investments. But when you're constantly looking and referring to these animals as inventory, investments, that you're taking away it's in your brain, you're subconsciously, even if you don't mean it, you're subconsciously taking the life out, the humane out of the animal. And you just see it as, oh, I lost a hat. That's fine. I'll just buy another one. That's what you're seeing it as. Subconsciously. You may not even realize you're doing it, but you are. I want to be more like my mentor. If my snake randomly dies, I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to go get a necropsy to figure out what the hell it was. Was it my issue? Was it my fault? Was it natural? Did it just randomly have leukemia that I did not know? Like, I want to find out. I don't want to just chalk it up and throw it in the freezer and be like, oh, well, it's gone. I could buy another one. Oh, there's Orange Dream Day. Let me go buy another. Like, I never want to get there mentally. Like, to me, my biggest goal, my biggest bragging right, when I'm old, when I'm in my 30s and 40s, I want someone to invite me on a podcast, or I'm on somewhere on the Whiskey Bomb Network, because we're going to survive. We're going to be longevity. We are going to last long in this podcast game. I don't care what the haters say. But I want to be able to hop up on Hair Down Friday at the age of 40 or 45, cracking jokes with Keys and Wiz, and say, yo, y'all want to see my 13-year-old, LC Pie? Y'all want to see my 15, 16-year-old blackhead? GHI, I want to be able, that's my biggest bragging right. Not how many clutches I produce, or did I make a world's first, or that's not a goal to me. Oh, I made a world's first. That's nice. The fact that I made a snake, period, is enough bragging rights. Because not everybody in the world can say that. I go into these schools with these kids, they be like, I'm not going to, they don't call me Miss or Mrs. or even though I'm not out as trans at work. They just say Daniels. They're like, Daniels, you got snakes? You got snakes? And I was like, yeah, I breed them. I make them. You can make a snake? To me, that's bigger bragging rights. The fact that I could, and that these kids know that it's possible. You can make your own snake. You can make a pet snake. You can own them. That's my bragging right. Taking Jimmy to school and say this is a 16-year-old boa constrictor. That's my bragging rights. Not I made a world's first head exanthic XYZ super orange dream Batman Pompeius cosmosis. I don't give a damn about that shit. First of all, I'm confident in myself and my own skin that I don't need that type of bragging rights or that type of notoriety. I don't need my prosthetic sucked that bad. Unlike some people. Yep. Let's see. We just came to that same conclusion. More so keepers than breeders now. I'm too attached to my animal. Exactly. Hearing people say, and I'm trying my best not to judge. I probably am judging. And I'm probably coming out sounding judgy. But it just amazes me that people just be breeding these snakes and then they be like, oh, I found a better version of her, or I got a better version of him. Time to offload. Time to sell this one. I'm like, you don't get attached. You don't love these animals. You about to get rid of Betty. You about to get rid of Betty. Don't sell Betty. And then my dumb ass be the one that buys Betty. I'm like, wait. Betty got to stay in the family. That's what I do to my mentors. Because they're downsizing, and rightfully so, because of life. Like I said, I try not to judge. Life be lifing. And sometimes bills, you got kids about to go to college, all that stuff. Some stuff you just got to do for you in your life and your family. So when they be putting steaks up on sale, I just be like, no, not Rooney, not Betty. I done got attached to the snakes. Not Humbug. Don't get rid of Humbug. Keep Humbug in the family. Bring it to me. I be getting attached. I can't see myself selling Maleficent. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I donated some snakes to some auctions last year. They were babies, didn't have them long. But the only reason why I did it was to help the people out in the auction. I only gave the snake away for Bosa's auction because I love Bosa that much. Or JD's auction to help his wife because we love JD that much. I did that for my friends. But if it was up to me, them snakes would have still been in my collection. And like I said, they were babies. I didn't have them long. I've had them enough to quarantine them and to give them some meals, but I didn't have them long. But even then, I'm sitting there boxing them snakes up, saying a prayer and be like, Sherry, please make it safe. Yzma, please make it safe. Please make it to your home safe. Please. Like I was praying, I was saying, I was so attached to them and I didn't even have long. So I can't imagine raising and keeping a snake up until adulthood and then breed and then just get like, no, I can't. I'm too attached. That's why I still have a single gene Lester in my collection. I still got Stitch, who is a classic het ghost. I'm never going to breed him because y'all know how much I hate ghost genes. Y'all know how much I hate the ashy snakes. But I ain't getting rid of him. I love him too much. I could have easily gave him to any student who asked for a pet snake. I could have easily gave him away. But I just can't. I guess I just can't. My heart won't let me. Yeah. A fresh air retig looks great. It looks amazing. Scandalous. Both of them. Banner, you about 5 hours late. I can't stand. What up, niece? Thanks for tapping in. Yes, that's what it comes off as. Now, granted, I do be enabling them because I be buying them, I be getting them, but it's like, dang, Did you not love X3271? Because I'm the only dummy who names all my snakes. Everybody else they just give their snakes serial numbers on Husbandry Pro. My babies got names. Everybody else give them serial numbers. I'd be like, oh, you get rid of B3 2025. I love 3B 2025. All right, Jordan. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate it. Everybody who came in, hit that replay gang. We've been on average 10 to 12 people this whole hour. Dang, it's been an hour now. Shit. I was really ranting. But y'all love it because y'all ain't tuned off. Y'all love when I rant. But like I said, these lives are just me shooting the shit, talking with y'all. And if something like today come upon my heart, any type of talk, then that's what I use these live for. It ain't gonna never be no structure. Sometimes I might come on here and don't talk about shit. Or I might give you updates on animals that I have, but I just really had a lot on my heart when it came to this whole elitism in the ball python or in the reptile hobby in general. And even then in the podcasting in general. Speaking of podcasts, that's another thing I want to talk about. He who shall not be named, but y'all know, everybody in my inner circle knows that I cannot stand a certain podcaster, a certain reptile podcaster. And just so y'all know, it's not Trap Talk. It ain't MJ. It's a different one. Y'all know I can't stand and I hate this fool for life. Well, for many personal reasons, but there has been he recently came out with a video where he called out bullying in the podcasting game. He called out people who are like telling other podcasters or podcast networks to stay in their lane. Yada, yada, yada. The only thing I'm going to say is a broken clock can be right twice a day. Yes, he spoke some truth in that video. I don't follow him. I'm not subscribed to him. Somebody had sent the video to me. Yes, what he said was true. And yes, I agree 100% with what he said in that video about bullying in the podcast space and the YouTube space and all the other stuff. I agree 1,000%. But I don't feel his love and support he gave to my friends are genuine. I feel like there was this is just me personally. I'm only speaking for Elias. I'm only speaking for me. Me personally, I feel like it's a underlying disingenuine motive behind it. They're saying the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I feel like he only made that post and posted that video to spite the person that he was referring to, and not really because everybody has a short attention span. Everybody forgets, but I don't. He too posted something throwing shots at my friends in the past, calling their podcast Zoom meetings or some to that effect, like these podcasts aren't real podcasts, they're just people talking, shooting the shit or whatever. He was throwing some slick shots at my friends and how they podcast and their podcast structure. He's done some shit in the past that I will never forget to try to undermine them. And so all I got to say is, yes, you were right in that one video, but you're no ally. I can see through the veil. I can see through the bullshit and the BS, and everybody else could forgive you and be cool with you. Not me. Lest we forget. And everybody wants to say, oh, it's just jokes. He was just joking. In the past, it wasn't real. He's a comedian. Okay. But let's not forget when he shitted on everybody who was supporting Brian Barczyk when he got diagnosed with cancer. let's not forget all the other bullshit he has said about the smaller podcasters and breeders in the guise of comedy. There's always a little truth in comedy, y'all. Always a little truth. So I see through the bullshit. I don't think he's an ally for real, for real. I think he just used this as, I don't know, try to get cool brownie points. And like I said, everybody else can love him and forgive him and think he's cool. I just think the whole thing was disingenuous. Not really real love and support for us smaller podcasters and stuff like that. But like I say, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I would rather big them up to spite the person I hate the most. So yeah, a broken clock can be right twice a day. And that day, that video was the time where he was actually right about something. But it is what it is. That's just my opinion. That's just the thoughts and opinions of Elias. Nobody else agrees or thinks like I do. If they do, I don't know it. So that's just me. My antennas are up and I proceed with caution. That's all I'm saying. Proceed with caution. Don't think that everybody who shows love for you really love you in real life. Some of them just use you as a puzzle piece to their game or whatever they're trying to do. Anyways, Bosa said a small pinch of hope. Y'all can have a small pinch of hope. Hey, to be honest, I would rather him give fake love and positivity towards my friend than throwing those evil shots that he did months earlier or a year earlier. Because, again, he threw some shots too. But now he want to come and act like he's a friend. And like he cool with the podcasters that he calls Zoom meetings and things like that. I'm just saying. B-Lock, thanks for tapping in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anywho, those are just thoughts of opinions of Elias and Elias only. I said what I said. I meant everything I said, and I will not apologize for what I said in this podcast. Whether it was on the inbreeding, line breeding. You noticed that, Gio? You noticed that in the chats? When a certain someone pop up in the chats and say, hey, and I don't say anything? Yeah. Or I'll skip past him in the chats. I'll be saying, hey, to everybody else and just skip past, just leap over. Like, hey, Bosa, hey, Nikki, hey, whoop, hey, man. Oh, Lord, always. I had a lot to say. I hope you enjoy it, but I had a lot to say. What up, Kaka? But, I like how Gio been paying attention. He been paying attention. One thing about me, when I love you hard, which is why it's heartbreaking when a certain podcaster was attacking my friends. Because because I did have genuine love for that person. When I love you hard. Pause. No pause. I'm gay. But once you show me your true colors, or once I lose my respect for you, it's like, I'm done. I can't even fake the funk. I can't even be cordial. You know how some people can be cordial with someone that they know they can't stand? I can't do it. I wasn't raised that way. My grandparents raised me 10 toes down. My grandma, she was a Christian, but she was also a Black Panther. She didn't play that shit. She didn't play that shaking your hand and smiling and grinning like, oh. And she raised me the same way. So I'm sorry. I can't fake the fun. Once I lose respect or love for you, or once you do something to hurt my people I love, I can't just smile and like, I'm going to LA. And I will be with Bomb Projects for their show. Shout out to KG and D. If a certain someone shows up, I'd rather just be quiet and don't say anything at all. You're not gonna see me walk up, hey, how you doing? I can't. I can't. Maybe 6 months ago I could. Maybe, but now we're here at this stage of where we're at. I can't fake the funk. If he shows up to the show, I can't. Hey, what up, bro? Yeah. I'd rather just not say anything at all. Or I might do the black folks, head nod. Like, I'll do that. But you ain't gonna get no smile out of me. You ain't gonna get no, what's up? I can't. Physically, it makes me want to throw up. I don't get how people can do it. I can't. I don't see how people can be mature. My friends who I'm always riding it down for, my friends, my homies, they know how to be the Michelle Obamas. When they go low, we go high. They got their mentality like, hey, just smile and wave. I can't. My motto, not when they go low, we go high. If they go low, I'm meeting you in hell. That's me. That's Elias. That's how I was raised. I can't help it. I tried being a bigger person. I've been going to therapy for this shit. I've been talking to my therapist. Shout out to Dr. Kima. I be talking to my therapist about this shit. How can I be a more mature, better person at my big age? I'm 5 years from 40. How can I be a mature person, but I cannot? I can't. I'm sorry. It's fuck you for life. Even if my friends come back and say, yo, we cool again. The podcast war is over. We buddies again. We cool. I'ma still be like, okay, y'all like it. I love it. Have fun. God bless y'all. Cause I saw how they hurt you. I saw how they hurt you. And how they hurt you pissed me off. And you don't want me being pissed off. So I'm glad y'all pieced it up. I'm proud of y'all. But for me, because I saw the look in the hurt in your eyes. I saw the hurt in your eyes when they were throwing shots and bang. And I saw, we may forgive, but I don't forget. It's the Memphis in me. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, glow. It's the Memphis in me. I can't do it. Like I said, I was raised by a Christian, but I was also raised by a Black Panther. I can't do it. I'm ignorant for it. Exactly. But yeah, Gio, I'll be there March 1st. I already bought my plane ticket and I'm staying at my cousin's house. So I will be there for the reptile breeder show. Again, shout out to KGD. And I just got approved from my boss. I will be off that Monday, so I don't have to rush back home Sunday. I can stay a little extra and then fly home Monday. So yeah, I just got approved for a day off. A comp day. I'm super excited. But yeah, man, it's about to be 2 hours. Let me get off this thing. Tonight, Herb Collectors, Mike Herb Collectors, our brother from another mother, his show, Chondro Corner, is tonight. Please tap in, watch and support the family. I love y'all. And then yeah, Whiskey Bomb Network all week, Breeding for the Future happened yesterday. Go back and hit that replay. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the Genetic Canvas on the Whiskey Bomb Networks. I just cussed DJ out earlier this podcast. So OTP, Off the Plane Podcast. Watch them on Tuesday. If you want to hang out with the shenanigans, me and the rest of my crew, Beyond the Skills Podcast. Watch us, hit their replay. You know, all that jazz. Watch everybody that supports and love y'all. And if you choose to watch people that I particularly aren't fans of, that's cool. We can still be family. I'm like KG. Just because you got beef with somebody don't mean I got beef with somebody. You know, we grown. So if you want to watch a certain podcast, go watch it. Hit like and subscribe. Just don't expect me to do it, or don't expect me to promote them. You know what I'm saying? And don't ask questions when I don't promote them or I don't acknowledge them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it was telling. Yeah, Wiz was popular. Wiz was Mr. Famous in Pomona. Look. I got you, DJ. I got you. Look, now you worry about an LC. We need to worry about them hats. I need to collect everybody's hats while I'm down there. Oh God. Oh God. That's funny though. He grabbed me an LC from KG's Red. We need to worry about the hats. The hats. Oh, me and Father Dunn got a gift for KG, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. But it's gonna be fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun. I can't wait. I'm so excited about this show, the Reptiles Breeders show. I'm gonna be live podcasting, Snakes in the Podcast. I'm gonna be doing a review. What am I reviewing that day? I have no idea. I'll figure something out. And then if I have a chance for those who are in the Bomb Squad, this is exclusive, those in the Bomb Squad or the part of the Whiskey Bomb Network, the Whiz Tank Clan or, the usual suspects. If they are at the show, I'm going to throw them on the camera. I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Maybe do little mini interviews. Go see how they go. So, yeah, we're going to be live Snakes in the Podcast from the Reptile Breeder Expo. Show. I keep saying expo show, Reptile Breeder show in LA. Super, super excited. But anywho, next month, I know for a fact the month of February, the topic for Snake Prince Live, I know I want to talk about a few of my breeding plans, future breeding plans. Of course, some of them are not going to be until 2026, 2027, but I just want to, chop it up with y'all, share some ideas. I've been playing with Husbandry Pro, matching the girls with the boys on their little breeding wheel. And I got those printed off on paper. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a lot of fun, not no ranting. I just had to get a lot of stuff off my chest. This was pretty much a therapy session. What I did for y'all is the reptile version of what I do in therapy with Dr. Kima. Shout out to Dr. Kima for keeping me alive. Anyways, time for me to go, but yeah, next month, the month of February, our topic will be just me sharing some, not all, because LaVance always preach keep stuff under the table, under the sink, but some of my breeding plans for the future. So super, yeah, love you, brother. But yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in to Snake Prince Live. This is not a podcast. And we will see y'all next month for the month of February. And hope y'all have a good day. Please, again, check out Herb Collectors tonight for Chondro Corner. Thank you, Fred and AJ. Thanks for tapping in. Thank y'all for listening to me while I, going through my craziness. Thank you, Bosa. Bosa, your boy shed last night. I gotta clean his tub because he also pooped. But he shed last night, Barbosa. He looking nice. He looking real nice. Shout out Nanny Gang. But anyways, yeah, I gotta go. It's cold. It's 13 degrees in this house. I'm dying. I'm finna go wear my my Buc-ee's onesie and snuggle under the blanket and drink some coffee. Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Until next Snake Prince Live. And I need a new theme song. I don't have a new theme song, so we just gonna play the old one from back in the day. Peace.
Cinema podcast stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around. Episode, spitting truth, old school jams and the latest youth. We keep it real, no sugarcoat. Pop culture on the mic we wrote. So tell your friends and hit subscribe. Snake Cinema here to vibe. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. We're the hottest review in your streets.